Wake up, it's Monday, feel the vibe, we climb. Media momentum rising, watch us shine. Step into the spotlight, show the world your drive. Unstoppable energy, come alive. Feel that rhythm flowing, let it set you free. With each beat we're stronger, it's our destiny. Together we'll hustle, let's embolden our dream. On this Media Monday, we're a winning team. Innovators in the house, creativity's key. Push the limits further, fuel the legacy. Connections are building, it's a perfect synergy. In this moment, yeah, we're writing history. Feel that rhythm flowing, let it set you free. With each beat we're stronger, it's our destiny. Together we'll hustle, let's embolden our dream. On this Media Monday, we're a winning team.
Welcome to Media Momentum Monday. My name is Mark, and I am the guy behind the mental marketer in the private Facebook group Funnel Building 101. So glad to be here inside of the ClickFunnels community. And this is my partner over here.
Hey everyone, Elissa Renee, the neurodivergent marketer. How'd you like our theme song?
Yes. Give us a shout down in the comments where you're watching from. If you're watching from overseas, give us a hashtag where you're watching from. If you're watching it live, give us a hashtag replay. We're checking, and it looks like we are live. We're a little bit late today,
Yay!
but
If
we
at
got
first
it
you
to
don't
work.
succeed, you try, and try again.
Yes, we got it to work. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we are here. Welcome everybody that's watching out there today. We're excited to come on and be coming live weekly inside the group here. We've got a lot to share with you all. I'd say, how do you want to start this off today, Elissa?
Well, I think we should introduce ourselves first and then get into a little bit about what this show is all about.
All right, ladies first.
All right, I'm Elissa Renee, and I have been with ClickFunnels, oh gosh, almost a year and a half. I know a lot of people are like, oh, only a year and a half, but man, I have learned so much in the year and a half. I'm late diagnosed autistic and ADHD. I'm also a speech language pathologist, and I guide children of nonverbal. I guide parents of nonverbal kids to learn how to talk and thrive independently. And so for years, I was searching for a way to reach more people around the world. And after some coaching with Tony Robbins and Christine Morel, they pointed me in the direction of ClickFunnels. And I started to learn funnel hacking. And man, it's been a trip. I am really grateful for my coach, Danny Walsh. He has been able to teach me one-on-one with the help of Shanna Lee, my assistant and chief of everything. And we have been really successful at building funnels and reaching more families around the world. So I'm really excited to be here. My experience with ClickFunnels has led me to want to create a marketing university for autistic and ADHD individuals who have a different learning style like myself. And so I'm really excited to be part of the ClickFunnels ambassador team. And
Yes.
now Shanna Lee and I are ClickFunnels hosts of Connect Vegas. So I hope to see everybody in
Ooh.
Vegas soon. We're looking at September, but the date will be released shortly. Any questions?
Yes, of course. There's got to be follow-up questions, but that sounds so exciting. So, let me ask you, because we go through and we want to tell a little bit about our backstories, but tell us some, you know what? I know something about you that I found out by looking at an interview. Maybe it was your first job, but it was something really unique about your background that really struck me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Um, you worked for a circus?
No.
Was it okay? But it was
No. That's the story about what I wanted to do before I became a speech language pathologist. I wanted to be a clown, but that's the story for another day. Um, but I
but I
am not
thought
a clown.
Mhm. But I thought it was interesting. I think I saw your interview on because you've also been on Legacy, and you've got a documentary that's coming out. And I happen
Yes.
to, and it's a feature documentary coming out. And I think you had a sit down interview, and you were just talking about what led you to become fascinated with speech and word.
Yeah. So if you really want to hear the story, I will repeat it again. So I first wanted to, my verbal skills are very low. You can see I'll stutter a little bit, and this is really great practice for me. And my performance skills, being able to perform, are really high. So I was searching for something I could be successful in the arts. I first wanted to be a scenic designer, and so I applied to Barnum and Bailey School and got in to be a clown. And then I told my family I wanted to be a clown, and they were really upset and crying because they thought I'd marry a clown, have clown babies, and pet elephants. So I switched careers to sign language. And the professor told me the greatest career for sign language is speech language pathology. And that's how I got into the field. My first class, they had me hold my nose and try and say, try it. Hold your nose and say, can't
Mm,
do it
mm,
because the air
mm.
comes through the nose. So that was it. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to learn how all the muscles coordinate for speech. And that's what I specialize in.
Ah, very interesting. I really thought that was really super interesting when I saw that interview with you, though. Awesome, awesome.
I thought you were going to ask me about my social media background.
Yeah, well, tell us about that too.
So I've been doing marketing longer than I'm a speech therapist. I've been a manager and promoter for bands and DJs. And so since MySpace, I've been promoting and marketing bands and DJs once Facebook came around. And I also work with autism influencers. So I'm very much in tune to social media marketing, and I'm aware of the algorithms that come out and how to trigger algorithms. And that is one of the reasons that we have created this show, because you've learned, we met. What was the name of the create, don't capture?
Well, we met before then. We met at the ClickFunnels Connect in Hollywood.
Yes, we did.
We both attended the ClickFunnels Connect in Hollywood, and then we met again at the Funnel Hacking Live in Las Vegas. We met at Funnel Hacking Live in Vegas earlier this year, and then we actually went. We were VIP guests to the weekend retreat. We could call it a content creator boot camp, basically. Um, Beautiful setting in the mountains of Utah with the background and just an intimate setting where we were able to really sit there and learn from some of the best. Uh, Eric Thane, he's earned millions of dollars online. He's spoken on stage at Funnel Hacking Live a couple of years. He's been on the Funnel Hacking Live International, as well as it was his uh, second release of the book Create Don't Capture, and he released it also with a creator's journal companion book. I use those as my Bible today. It was such great information that we got on that trip there. Yeah,
Incredible
it's
information. And we are going to share a little bit of that information with our Monday show,
absolutely, absolutely.
along with Russell Brunson, one of my favorite books I call the Bible, Traffic Secrets.
Yes,
Do
yes.
you, do you have that book there to show everybody?
Absolutely.
You do?
Of course, of course. Yeah,
Wow.
I keep this book close by. Um, you know, it's hard. It's hard to write an evergreen book about something that is constantly changing. And that was
Mm-hmm.
something, and that was something that Russell actually pointed out in this book. But I think more than anything, it is the principles that are in this book that outlast any algorithm. It outlasts any interface change, or just a difference in how things actually show up. Because people are always asking, what's new, what's different. Typically it's still going to be those same core principles that are going to last evergreen. They will be evergreen, but the platforms change, the algorithms change, what gets attention changes, and those things changes, but your fundamentals still remain the same. And that's what I think, that's what I'm excited about in our show here in Media Momentum Monday, because we're really going to dive deep into publishing. We're going to dive deep into our strategies, what we're doing, what's working, and then every now and then we're also going to just put it out here on the table and tell us what's not working. um I a lot of exciting things are happening right now, especially in the ClickFunnels world. I just I was in we got these ClickFunnels Connect events that are happening. But I had an opportunity. Okay, let me introduce myself before I get too
Yes,
excited
yes.
here.
Please, please.
Okay, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. I mean, I think that this really means a lot to me to be coming live inside of this group. I started with ClickFunnels back in 2000. You could say late 2019, early 2020. I took my first one funnel away challenge in January of 1st of 2020. I know I still have some I still have some of my class members out there. What's up? If you're watching, just say hi. I think that's what I love about this community, is just the close, tight knit that you make and the relationships that you make. And it's like we're at a software company here. This is just the software that we use to grow our business, make sales, communicate with people. But it's much more than that. And I'm so glad to be a part of this community. I can remember first coming in this group and feeling like, wow, just overwhelmed, overwhelmed with the amount of I was definitely impressed, because I would come in this group. I think this was the first group that I actually participated in. It was my first
Mhm.
experience with actually coming into a group and wanting to actually participate, and seeing all of the other people inside the group and how smart they were and how they would just help so freely. And I never thought that I would ever be in a position to serve this community. But I think that if you are out there, if you are out there listening, I want to encourage you to just keep going for it, keep pushing for it, keep working inside of the ClickFunnels software. And if you feel like you can be, if you can serve this community, don't hesitate to step up to the game, because I think it's out there for the taking, but you have to be, as Danny said last week. Well, when Danny Walsh is, I'm talking about, he's sort of our he's our guide here, because we're both ClickFunnels ambassadors. So he's the guy, he's the one from ClickFunnels that kind of kind of corrals us together, gives us all the information. He said that to run a ClickFunnels Connect event, you need one thing, and that's one other person than yourself. And he says also that you have to ask, and make sure that it's a three-way ask. But it's surprising how 98% of people will never ask. And that means that you'll have a 98% chance of getting a yes just by asking. And I just, if I can work my way up, become a ClickFunnels ambassador, and become not just a ClickFunnels ambassador, but a Russell Brunson ambassador, and starting these social channels for ClickFunnels that I'm starting to grow. We'll talk about that too, because that was something exciting that, well, okay, it just happened maybe over the past week, but I hope to get into that too. But I'm just excited to be here. What I do is I run a social media marketing agency, but I'm helping coaches, course creators, content creators, and we're building funnels and building up from. I've been in the community since Classic. I've been part of the beta group, and I think where I really found my niche, so to speak, or my area that I could really be helpful was I have a community of funnel hackers, close to 2,000 members inside of a private Facebook group that I have helped to grow their business inside that group by building funnels, showing them strategies, giving them templates, and showing them what I'm doing, and then also helping them to move over from Classic to ClickFunnels 2.0. And what I did was I would hear all of these questions coming from the members in the group, and as soon as I would hear questions, I'd go make a video about it, because I know if one person's asking it, then more than likely 10 or 20 more people have the same question. So I've got probably close to 100 videos that I've created, tutorials on the ClickFunnels software. And now with 2.0 coming out, we're making even more videos. And that's where my expertise comes from, inside of the platform, using it, familiar with it every day, watching the boards, watching the new things that come out. I'm always getting messages from someone. Hey, did you see this? Man, wait, as a matter of fact, they released a brand new affiliate training just over the weekend. And Sean, oh my gosh, we've got to get him on.
We
We
have a
got to
lot of
get.
guests in store.
Yes. So I think for us, what I love about ClickFunnels too is, I was in a room with Danny Walsh, Dante Torelli, and Jimmy Allen. Jimmy Allen is pretty much the next person in line to take the throne at ClickFunnels. And I saw a post from him today. I didn't realize he's got a newborn. What's up? If you're watching out there, Jimmy, I just want to say hi to you. But Jimmy broke it down, and I love how, he broke it down for a business owner. And you out there listening too, you just know that he broke it down. There's 3 things that every business needs. It's 3 things, not 4, not 5, not 10, but 3 things. You need traffic. You need an offer or a product, and you need a mechanism. a sales mechanism. ClickFunnels is that sales mechanism, but there's also the component of the traffic and the offer. The offer. Now, ours, what we're going to be talking about is really going to be about the traffic portion, publishing content, what Russell says about publishing content, and what we find in this market out here by publishing content. I've been able to grow my audience, and I'm not ashamed of the number. I know your number's like way up there. Way up there. I remember when we asked at that
I'll take that as a compliment.
I remember when we were at the Create Don't Capture, and we were like, everybody was like, I was like, okay, my audience is about 25,000 across all my social platforms. And then your audience, Elissa?
Well, no, I'm manage and market over the years. I was think I'm up to 38 accounts. So I was just combining all of those accounts in one. And I think I said I have 1 million followers on all platforms. But they're not my specific platforms. One of the things that everybody has when when it came to marketing myself, which I've never done, it's really easy for me to market other people, bands, DJs, other influencers. But for myself, it was a challenge when I started, and I only started for myself about 3 years ago. Um, as an influencer in the field of autism. I was always known as a promoter, but now I switched and brought speech therapy to my page, which I never had done before. And one thing that everybody told me was to concentrate on one platform first. And that's what I did. So I have been focusing on Instagram and Facebook, because everything copies from Instagram to Facebook. And now I'm just starting to branch out more to YouTube, to TikTok. There's a lot of platforms out there, and it can get overwhelming, especially if you don't have a system in place.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that's something that we should discuss too. As far as the platforms that I'm on, I do. I my primary platform is Facebook and YouTube. I think that recently, though, I have gotten this opportunity to kind of expand, and I'm using this as an opportunity to get some practice and learning these other platforms, because I have to say that Instagram has been a platform that I have not cracked. What about you?
Instagram, I'm really comfortable with, very comfortable.
Yeah,
I'll have to
yeah.
give you some pointers.
Yeah, and it's definitely. I know you've heard it before. I do just a little bit of my influences and people that I'm listening to a lot. Is, of course, I do listen to Russell Brunson. I listen to Gary V. I listen to Alex Hormozy. I am Alex Hormozy listener. And then I do listen to who else is one of my big influencers in the marketing. I'm a Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi fan, and I think they're more than just mindset, but I think they're good marketers too. So I do.
Absolutely.
Mhm, mhm. What about
They
you?
recently they recently took on Matthew McConaughey. I would say recently, probably about 2 years ago, he became an influencer, and I got to watch behind the scenes how they marketed him and how they set up his offers and produced them. And it was really interesting, a great learning experience.
Nice, nice. And I've got a question for you as well as the audience out there. And that that would be, what would you say, what in your eyes, what's the most difficult part about social media? What's the most difficult part about publishing and being out here publishing? What would you say?
Being able to find a clone of myself. No, Shanna Lee is my chief executive or chief of everything executive. And we actually created a marketing company called The Works Media, and we do social media marketing. But it's hard to find people that are as good as I am with marketing. So that's my frustration because I want to be able to outsource as much as possible so I can concentrate on families and clients rather than social media marketing. Um, so that's the hardest thing is outsourcing, finding a good person to outsource. We've just been working on finding our own team. So I hope that answers your question. Do you want to
Oh
answer
yeah.
that question as well? What's your biggest challenge?
Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what my biggest challenge was, and it was probably more of a mistake that I was making in the beginning. I in the beginning, I'll tell you, when I first got into this online world, I was not in a marketing world. So I think I'll tell you, my friends list was probably 500, 400 people. I think my friends list was filled with people that I actually knew and that I actually had met in real life. Um, and then I started to post content on social media, and I was getting no traction at all. And I did what it was, I didn't understand that you can't just come out talking business, talking about, here, go buy my stuff. Here, I'm selling this. Hey,
Mhm.
other people just aren't going to be as excited about it as you are. And what I didn't understand at then, Elissa, I did not understand the power of story selling.
Yes.
I did not.
Storytelling is key.
Yes, yes. I did not understand the power of story selling, and I didn't understand how to sell without selling. But it was I was constantly hitting this brick wall, and it was like boom, 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 boom. I was just like, why isn't nobody responding to these posts? They're like, I'm putting these posts out there. It's like zero. It's like ignoring it. It's like, right. Well, there is a but then, after getting more familiar, learning more, staying around the community, I understand that a process there is a
Hmm.
process and particular type of content that you can create that's not salesy. It's not salesy. It's not pushy. It's not, here, go buy my stuff, but it is educational, inspirational, and it's leading
Nurturing.
them.
Mhm.
What did you say?
And nurturing. You have to be
And
real and vulnerable and tell your story and have that hook, and that will grab people's attention. I get more attention for my offers when I talk about my struggles growing up rather than what I do for families, which is really interesting.
yes, yes, exactly. So I think that for me was the tough part for me. And then also it was when I first decided that I was going to go all in, I had to decide, how was I going to separate my business from my personal? And especially on social, because I've always known social media, and it was about being social. I was, you
Mhm.
know what I was? I was a consumer of social media. I was a consumer. But when I joined ClickFunnels and I read Russell Brunson's book, and he said, you should be a producer and not a consumer. And from that point forward, I began to look at social media differently. And if you're out there watching, I challenge you to take a step back from being a consumer of social media. Take a step back and actually pay attention to what's going on. And when you do that, you get a completely different perspective of how that you can utilize social media and the content that you create. And that was the tough part for me in the beginning, but I've learned some of the skills, tactics, tricks, and the secrets, the
Yeah.
traffic secrets.
Yes, you have. You have improved so much in the last year. I really want to give you some props. You really have.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Killing it.
Yeah.
Every single day for 365 days. Isn't that your goal?
That is it. That is it. I'm currently just a little over 60 days of a
Nice.
365-day content creation challenge. And that was thanks to Eric Thane. And interviewed him, and he talks about his story. So that's yeah, that's being fun. That's been fun. Yeah. So
Awesome. So
yeah.
I think we should go through chapter by chapter, each chapter with our audience every Monday. And do you want to tell them what their homework is this week?
Ah, yo, yeah. What is the homework?
Oh, you forgot already. Everybody out there is going to read the first chapter of Traffic Secrets. And what's the name of that first chapter?
The
You
first
got,
chapter.
yeah, what's the name of the first chapter in Traffic Secrets? It's not a quick.
Are we talking about the section one, or yeah, past the introduction? Past the introduction. Section one is your dream customer.
Your dream customer, and that is what we're the topic we're going to talk about next Monday.
Yes, yes, yes. And absolutely, yeah, traffic secrets. Man, I remember this book. I've had this one. I've got the hardback cover. Mine, the foreword is by Dean Graziosi. I think there's another version. Oh no, maybe that's Expert Secrets, because Expert Secrets I have the foreword by Robert Kiyosaki, but I think there's also a foreword by Garrett J. White. I think so, if I'm not mistaken. I've
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like a dictionary when it comes to ClickFunnels,
Yeah.
ClickFunnels trivia. I may, yeah, I'll try to take it easy on you, Elissa. I'll try to take it easy on you, but just be prepared for my pop quizzes about I think,
No,
yeah.
that's great. I do best by failing quizzes. That's how I learn best. I fail and then I excel. Fail and excel. There's nothing wrong with
Yes,
failing. It's all a learning experience. So
yes, yes,
I look forward to learning from you. I
yes,
think
yes.
I know a lot of trivia about ClickFunnels, but I'm sure you're gonna bring me further than I ever thought possible.
Yes, yes. And this is also a learning journey for all of you out there listening, too. All of you out there watching. We want your feedback. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. If there's something that you're having a question about when it comes to posting, media, content, and if you're something that you would like to see on this show, you would like for us to talk about it. I know there's just, oh my gosh, there's just a plethora of things that we could talk about, from AI and how AI has changed the game for content creation. It's never going to be the same again.
No.
Um, it's never going to be the same again. I did find some interesting news recently. I think we could talk about interesting news. Current events. Instagram is now starting to index their reels and posts on search engines. So
Hmm.
you can actually start to have your content show up in search engines from Instagram. There's changes coming with I think YouTube has made some recent changes about the monetization of videos that are created with AI. So we want to be your resource to stay on top of these things and bring you the latest and most up-to-date information to make your publishing matter, to make your publishing so you can grow your audience. And that's what we're here for. Okay.
Yes, we are. And even if you're a beginner just starting out, feel free. No question is silly. We are here to answer all your questions.
Yes. Our DMs are always open. I mean, okay, can I say that for you?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Our DMs are always open. If there's, like I said, if there's anything that you all would like to see or hear from us, either reach out to myself or Elissa. Our DMs are open for sure. And yeah, and before we I know we came on a little bit late today, so hopefully we'll get this whole live stream thing down, but we
You
made it.
did. You did it. I'm so proud
Yes.
of you.
Yes, it took us a couple of attempts, but it was, it's the communication between the software and the Facebook group, but it worked out. It worked out.
We did
Cool,
it.
cool.
We did it. All right. So, hope to see everybody next Monday where we'll really dive in to get you some media momentum. And want to play our theme song for everyone on the way out?
Yes. Um, yes, but before we go, didn't we have, oh shucks. Hold on, where is that? Didn't we have a couple of quick shot questions that we can answer before?
Oh, if you'd like. Mean. Here we go. Here's your question. How does retargeting work and why is it one of the cheapest ways to scale? God bless you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry about that. Okay, retargeting. Okay. Ooh, okay. Wow. Okay. Retargeting. I'm gonna tell a story. Um, the very first time I heard about retargeting was early on in my online journey, and I was watching a YouTube video, and he was giving a tutorial on Facebook ads. And and the thing about retargeting is the majority of people do not purchase on the first look. There is a process. It's called a funnel, right? And when you hear the statistics, it's at least 7 or 8 touch points. But with each touch point, you get closer to them coming out of your funnel as a raving fan, as a customer. And my first experience was watching this YouTuber, and what I saw him do was I saw him he made this ad on Facebook, and then when people would click on the link and go to a page, a uh he put a tracking cookie on that page, right? And if you know anything about Facebook ads, you know that you can use this tracking cookie that will track people's online behaviors. Okay. So if they visited your site before, then you have the ability to in a large sense, you have the ability to target them. And it's like in the online world, it's the equivalent of being able to see a customer before they leave the door. If someone comes in my door and before they leave, because once they leave, they could be gone forever. They could be gone from your store from forever. But you want to say, hey, wait a minute, before you leave, let me show you this. And you can get them to buy while they're in there. You're going to save more money on getting a customer in the door. So retargeting online, I see that as is sort of similar to stop. Well, maybe not. I think, wait a minute, that's like an exit pop. I think that's an exit pop. But being able to get them to come back in. And when I saw that ad, I saw the cost to actually run the ad and for them to click. And then I also saw the cost to run that retargeting ad, and it was at least 60% less expensive to reach that same customer on a retargeting ad than it was on a regular ad, a cold ad. But the ad that he ran, I remember who the guy was, and I actually know who built his funnel too. Um, and he's a sellout, by the way, but but I won't get into that. But he ran a simple retargeting ad, and it was basically once you clicked on it, the next time that you visited social media, it was a ad that came up like this. Wait, wait. I know you just visited, but you before you go back to doing what you want to do, I want to tell you that I'm going to give you this special offer. And that's when I realized the importance of retargeting, because the cost on retargeting, it's so much less expensive. It's always less expensive to it's more expensive to go retain a new client than it is to to sell to existing customers.
And we're going to
That's
talk about that more next week. Cold, warm, and hot traffic. We'll talk
cold,
about that.
warm, and hot. Do I get to? Is it my turn to ask you a rapid fire question?
No, I'm done for today. Thank you very much. Let's rapid fire next week.
Okay.
But we have to give a shout out to Roberta is watching and Alex. Alex said it's Jared J. White we should have known that wrote the in for expert secrets.
Yeah, but I have a copy that has Robert Kiyosaki as
Oh wow!
the forward. Yeah, you want to see it? Who is that?
No, I believe you. I believe you. It's Alex
Oh,
and Kuba.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Shout out
There was
everybody supporting us.
What'd you say? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I noticed there are two different versions of it. And one of
Wow.
them, and it's crazy, on Expert Secrets, there's actually a different title. If in case you didn't know that, there's two different titles of Expert Secrets. One is but I know, and the two different versions, it's not the Expert Secrets that's the same, but it's the following words. It's how to it's like a group of how to become an expert, but there's two different versions. I'll find them, and then I will show you. What's his name? Alex.
Alex, yeah. Uh,
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.
I'm looking it up right now. It says the underground playbook for creating a mass movement for people who will pay for your advice.
Right. And which one is that? Who's the forward on that one?
It did not say.
Because it was interesting because I got one. I think the copy that I have is really one of the very first ones, and then they released a different version later, and it actually has a different is a different, because you know how he'll call
Yep.
it.
It says Robert Kiyosaki. Expert Secrets is the map that will allow you to turn your specialized talents and abilities into a business that will work for you. This is one of the shortcuts of the new rich.
Yeah, and
So I guess
there's another one with Gary J. White as the forward.
forward. Cool. All right.
Yeah. So,
Well,
all
just
right.
to reiterate, homework is to read chapter 1 of Traffic Secrets. I will be listening in my car on Audible all week and be ready for all of you for all your rapid fire questions.
Yes, yes. Can't wait to come back again next week to share with you all some very good information on Media Momentum Monday.
Awesome. So great. I can't believe we did it.
Yes, yes, yes.
All
Episode
right.
1. Thanks for
Yes.
tuning in. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye,
Appreciate you.
everyone. Cue our theme song.
See you later.
Wake up, it's Monday, feel the vibe, we climb. Media momentum rising, watch us shine. Step into the spotlight, show the world your drive. Unstoppable energy, come alive. Feel that rhythm flowing, let it set you free. With each beat we're stronger, it's our destiny.